Hi, folks. Along with the standard Lecture Zero content, where we introduce you to IEE 475, Simulating Stochastic Systems, I wanted to also take a couple of minutes to introduce you to things more specific to this semester, fall 2021, in the midst of this pandemic, where we have a bunch of different ways in which we can try to get the content for you and keep everybody safe while we're doing that. So, key thing here as we participate in the classroom this semester is I want to make it clear what our expectations are, is that a healthy classroom is our top priority. And so when we're in a classroom together, there will be a requirement that we have to wear a mask. We all have to wear masks. You have to wear a mask. I have to wear a mask. It's got to cover the nose. It's got to cover the mouth, the whole mask, the whole way. Have to wear a mask. We're wearing masks in the classroom. It's required. We have to do it. Preferably, we'd like to social distance if the room permits as well. If we're in a classroom that you can put 1 or 2 seats in between you and the person next to you, that's great. I will do my best to speak audibly, to walk around the classroom, to try to make it so that everyone gets access. In general, I'm also going to be recording all of the lectures. There will be a live link, I'll get into that here in a second, as well as a recorded link. So there will be additional ways that you can get that content if it is not difficult, or if it was difficult for, say, you to hear me with the social distancing and so on. So we'd like everyone to social distance, but we were requiring everyone to be wearing that mask. Me wearing a mask, you wearing a mask, nose and mouth of the whole thing. We're all wearing the masks together. If you're sick, don't come to class. Don't worry about it. If you're sick, just stay home. You don't have to email me to ask me if it's okay. You don't have to tell me that you're feeling sick. Just stay home. If you do go out, get tested. ASU makes testing very easy to do. So go and get tested if you're feeling sick, just so you can know. As I'll get into this in a bit, if you find out that you're sick, you don't need to let me know. If you would like, you can let the Dean of Students know, and the Dean of Students can help make sure that you have all of the support and care that you need, and will also help to make sure that anyone who might have been in close contact with you also gets the help and support that they need. So I'll remind you of that in the next slide here as well, but you don't have to tell me. You can just stay home. If you feel sick, don't risk it, stay home. Now, how are you going to get the content? Well, we will be using ASU-Sync, Zoom, to broadcast live lectures to you during the class period. The URL for ASU-Sync for Zoom is on Canvas. So if you go to the Canvas page, you'll find it right there in a couple of different spots. It's under the course information under modules. It's right on the main home Canvas page. It's right there. Find it there. You can click on that. You can come to class live, ask your questions as you'd like. Now, you can also attend asynchronously. So you could say, it's just not going to work for you to go through ASU-Sync. Everything will be recorded. I do have lecture attendance credit that you get awarded, but that attendance credit is designed in such a way that you can get your attendance credit up to 24 hours after I post the videos. So don't even worry about the attendance credit. If you're feeling sick, but you feel like you can watch the lecture a little bit later, then watch the lecture later. And as long as you submit the attendance surveys within 24 hours of after I post the lectures, then you're going to get that credit. If you are feeling so sick that you can't attend the lecture even from home, then let me know. And I'll give you an extension on the attendance. We can figure out something. But I'm just making it clear, if you're feeling sick, I do not want you coming to class. You don't need to run this by me. I will find alternate ways to get you that material. It should be easy for you to get the material because it's just automatically out there for everybody. So see the Canvas page for the Zoom links if you want to attend live. All the recorded lectures are also going to be there. Like I said, you can attend ASU-Sync or the recorded lectures as you wish. You do not need to secure permission from me ahead of time. Now, the labs are not going to be broadcast live. There is a lab section on Wednesdays. There's a couple of lab sections that that you could come to. Those are primarily there for you to have access to the TA and to have computers that have the Arena software on them. You can come to those labs, but again, if you're feeling sick, you can access all those labs remotely. You don't need to come to lab. You can come to virtual office hours, either my virtual office hours or the lab TA's virtual office hours. And that is a way that you can get that help as well. And all of the lab lectures have already been posted online. So you can even start with all the labs throughout the whole rest of the semester today if you wanted to. So they're all available online. So you won't be missing something if you miss those labs in person. Office hours, my office hours, the TA's office hours will only take place on Zoom this semester. All right, so just hope I've made that clear. Now, again, as I said before, you do not need to reveal any specific health issue to me. If you can't attend class because you're feeling sick, I will help you find an alternative classroom attendance if needed. So, you know, as I mentioned, I've got the Zoom available. I've got the 24-hour attendance links. We'll make it work. Anyone can attend ASU-Sync or recorded lectures automatically as you'd like. You don't need to let me know ahead of time. It's all up to you. If you do want to notify anyone that you're feeling sick or that you've got a positive COVID test result, email the Dean of Students at ASU-EDU. Dean of Students at ASU-EDU. You let them know that you've come up with a positive COVID test result, then they will make you sure that you will have the support and care that you need. And if there are other people that are close to you around you, they'll make sure that they have the support care that they need as well. So if you're going to notify anybody about you being sick, notify the Dean of Students. You don't need to let me know. If there's anything I can do to help you get the content you need, then let me know about that. But like I said, automatically, you got the Zoom links available and the recorded lectures available, and there's this attendance 24-hour thing. So already there's a lot of flexibility built into the system. Make use of it however you would like. If it's not quite enough flexibility, let me know. We'll see what we can do. And then this is most important here. Let's just respect each other's personal choices. So if somebody decides that they want to come to in-person class, that's fine. If somebody decides that they want to attend class via ASU Zoom or via ASU Sync, that's fine. I'm happy if everybody attends via ASU Sync. That's fine with me. In fact, I feel like sometimes I'm better, you know, in the totally ASU Sync modality. I could use a lot more technology and dashboards, and I can manage chats and things like that. However you guys would like to attend, feel free to attend. And just respect everybody else's personal choices. However anyone likes to attend is up to them. Let's just create a culture of respect about this. Other general things that I want to mention to you, you know, if you're coming to class, especially, keep your hands clean, wash them frequently with soap and water, carry that hand sanitizer with you. These, you know, the ASU's got these community of care kits, but you might have seen people carrying around. It's got the hand sanitizer and so on. Bring those with you. If you do have to cough or sneeze, do it into your elbow. If you use a tissue, throw it away immediately. Don't save that tissue in your pocket. Get rid of that thing and wash your hands, sanitize them so you don't continue to spread things. So do not use a handkerchief. Again, don't save that stuff, you know, get rid of it. Avoid touching your eyes, your nose, your mouth. I know that at the beginning here, I touched my mouth a few times as I was demonstrating how to wear a mask. I promised my hands were clean when I did that, but in general, let's just not do that. But let's be making sure that we're wearing a mask or covering all that up. And then of course, you know, keep up your exercise routines, make sure you're getting your sleep and getting your nutrition so that we're all, you know, strong and healthy. So yeah, so keep yourself healthy, and that will help you do well in all your classes, including this one. If you need any more specific information, here's some links that are available. You can find this slide presentation on the Canvas webpage, links to the health clinic, the counseling service, CDC information about this. The sales center, this used to be called the DRC, they can help you out with specific things as well, and you can also email them or call them. Okay. All right, so those were the general things. Now, what modifications have we made to the class to make it robust to the unique challenges of this semester? Well, primarily these are the bold areas: the lecture attendance, the midterm exam, the final project, and the lab assignment. So that's what I'm just going to go through here, the minor modifications that we've made to make sure that we have the flexibility so we can all get through this semester and feel like it was productive. So the first thing was lecture attendance. There's not a lot that I've changed here, but what I've already mentioned is, again, anybody can attend this class via ASU-Sync or asynchronously with the recorded lectures. Now, I do take lecture attendance. There is a healthy drop policy with that lecture attendance, but I do take lecture attendance. But if you attend asynchronously, and I already mentioned this, you've got 24 hours to submit those lecture attendance exercises that, and I'll show you an example of what one of those looks like again, if just as a reminder, but you've got 24 hours to submit that thing. So it'll probably take me a couple hours to get the lecture video up online. And then from there, the clock starts ticking where you've got 24 hours to watch that thing and to submit those attendance responses to get your attendance credit. So if you're in class, you can submit those while you're in class. If you're in class, but you just don't want to feel like it, you can submit them after class. If you're not in class, you can watch the video afterwards and then submit them then. There's no need to inform me ahead of time of a change in your plans. And like I said, it tends to asynchronous as well as synchronous. Lots of flexibility. So those attendance exercises, those are the things that look like this, where there's going to be a sample, there's going to be a slide that looks like this one that'll pop up several times during every lecture. And I ask a little attendance related question, take about a couple of seconds for everybody to respond, and then we move on. And then I look at all of those answers at the end, and if they're all coherent, they look like they could be answers to the question, even if they're not the right answers, then I give you attendance credit. And so again, videos of the lectures will be posted online shortly after the lecture, and students attending asynchronously, watching those videos, will have 24 hours to complete the exercises. All right, the other things that I might mention here is your final project. Now, we've got unique challenges this semester. Some students in this class are stuck out of the country in a different time zone. Some students may be stuck in quarantine. Some students just may be less comfortable with many of the things we normally do during the final project. The final project is going to would require you to gather data from a real world system that's out there and then build a simulation model. So that usually in the past has required students to go out to banks, to go out to restaurants, to go out to factories and take data on those things so they can use that data in building their simulation model. Now, that may be more difficult to do this semester. And so I'm going to encourage you to find other data sources. Maybe they're data sources that are online. Maybe they're webcams, like if you go to earthcam.com, for example, there are webcams that are available. Just be careful when you search for these online webcams, because sometimes when you're searching for webcams on the internet, you can get content that maybe is not quite safe for work or safe for class. But in general, there are a lot of really great webcams that are like looking at intersections, looking at businesses, looking at animals, etc. And these different webcams can actually be ways for you to take data on real systems live, even though you're not actually there. It doesn't allow you to get into, the coffee shop, but you might be able to see the coffee shop from the outside, and maybe that'll be one way to get there. You might end up having to make more formal arguments as to why you chose certain parameters, even though you didn't have data to justify those. So I will be a little bit more flexible in those things this semester. I still would like you, if possible, to gather data, to truly do the data-based parameter choices that we'll talk about when we do input modeling. But if that's not possible, then we'll have some flexibility there. Now, I mentioned that some students may be in other time zones and so on. So because of that, I'm going to also be a little bit more flexible in the group composition. Maybe we'll be, normally we'd like 4 people in every group, but maybe due to time zone considerations, maybe it's more convenient for 2 people that are in the same time zone that's 12 hours away from Arizona to work together, and they would just like to work together themselves because they're always in the same time zone. I might be able to make an exception for those sorts of things. So just talk to me, and we can add that flexibility. And so that's all I'm kind of saying here on this slide. Now, I mentioned that the group, I've already mentioned this in the other introductory video, but the group presentation in the project report, These are things that are uploaded to Canvas. The group presentation is not a presentation that's live. It is a video recording. You can do that over Zoom. You don't have to actually be together doing that video recording. You can upload that video to Canvas. And so all of that should be able to be done remotely, so you don't have to be in person for that. The other thing that we have here is this, I mentioned there's a two-stage exam for both the midterm and the final exam. Now, how is that going to work this semester? We have students in other time zones who can't be live in the classroom. We have students that, again, might be locked away from the classroom for reasons to do with health and so on and so forth. So we are going to, at least for this semester, do everything Canvas-based in terms of exams. That means the use of Respondus lockdown browser. And so what's gonna happen, so we already mentioned there's these two-stage exams, right? You've got the 80% stage 1 that's individual, the 20% stage 2 that's group. So what you're gonna do is, let's say stage 1 happens on a Thursday. So that means that instead of everyone coming to class on Thursday at 10:30 or whatever and spending that 75 minutes in class taking the exam, what you're going to do is everyone will get all of Thursday to choose when they want to take the exam. At the instant they go into Canvas and take that exam, then the clock will start ticking down on 75 minutes. And I may actually make it 90 minutes or so, just to provide you a little extra time for technical difficulties relating to the Respondus lockdown browser, which you'll have to use to take this exam. If you want to come to class during that 10:30 period and bring a laptop just so you can take it in the classroom there, that's fine. I'll come to class and I can answer your questions in class and proctor that exam. If nobody shows up within the first 20 minutes or something, I'll probably leave. But if people are there, I'll stay there and proctor the exam, and you can take it via the Canvas-based exam there. Otherwise, if you want to take it on your own time, you want to take it in the evening or whatever, that's fine. Again, you'll be using Respondus lockdown browser, and once you start the exam, you'll have 75 minutes. That's stage 1. What happens on stage 2 is very different than that. Stage 2, let's say it's the next week, let's say it's on the next Tuesday or Thursday, whenever it's scheduled, then everybody gets the whole 24 hours. There's no timing. So in that case, this untimed exam, you're going to get an opportunity to, let's say you in a different time zone. Well, you'll be able to collaborate with people, you can get together on Slack and you can post questions, and maybe you'll can answer each other asynchronously. I don't know how you want to do it. There's a bunch of different ways you could do it, but I'm going to basically give you all of that 24-hour period to work on the stage 2 exam. There won't be a formal lecture period for the stage 2 time period. If you want to come to the lecture period, I will come there. Again, if nobody shows up within those first 10 or 20 minutes, I'll probably leave. But otherwise, I can come there and proctor the collaborative exam. But during the exam, you can just talk to each other and you can collaborate vocally on this collaborative exam, the stage 2 exam. So, and then you could leave the class period at the end of the class period and might decide that you're not done yet. And then so you might go back and change your answers or whatever you'd like. And so that's how the stage 2 exam is going to work. All right, now lab assignments are already designed so that they can be completed ahead of time and asynchronously. All the lab videos are up there. So if you have any questions about the lab, you can come to office hours, but their labs are already sort of flexible and designed to be asynchronous, and so there shouldn't be an issue. All right, so those are all the kind of special instructions there. I mean, the main message that I'm trying to say here is I want to make sure that you have a productive time this semester in my class. I want to make sure that you feel like you've gotten something out of it, but in doing all of that, I want to make sure you come out of it feeling, staying healthy. So I want you to live well, be well, and stay safe as you go through this class. I'm going to close reminding you of these important links here for more information about the fall 2021 semester and everything that ASU has provided for you for this. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me to clarify anything. And if you're feeling sick, if you test positive, feel free to reach out to the Dean of Students at ASU.edu, and they should be able to help you get the care and support that you need. Otherwise, looking forward to making it through this semester with you. I feel very positive and optimistic. And so come to class ready to learn, I guess. Virtually or in person when I say come to class.